So today we are going to explain you the practical of drop tower impact test. So we have this Instron drop tower impact test of CIS9340 made, and in this we are going to explain how to start the machine, where we are going to keep the specimen. So first of all we are going to see whether this is a compressor. We have maintained the pressure around 6 to 7 bar here. Now we are going to release the pressure here. So we have given the pressure to the machine at the back of the machine. Now from here is our switch. We are going to on it. We have on the machine, but now this is the power on button. We are going to press it. Now the machine is started. It will show press start. We have started. When we have started, this has started to move. It will move up at the top. Then it will be come back to its home position. What is actually the home position? This is the position where this motorized control has to come and stay, and from where it will be get all the data from the data acquisition system where it has to move further. Okay, now it is coming back to the home position. So I am going to first explain different parts first, so that it will be easy for you. So this is a motorized control which is sliding on these two rods. This is moved by the help of this motor, which is connected to the chain, sprocket chain mechanism. This is the top holder. This is the top holder. This top holder is having a component that is called the load cell layer, and this load cell is having the top, connected top layer. Okay. This is the position where we have marked the position up to where this is a flange you are seeing at here. This flange will come and cross it here, so that it will become to know, okay, up to this height it has to measure, it has to start to measuring the contact force. Okay. So this is a simple machine. Okay, so now it has come to the home position. It comes to the home position. Now through the command of software, we will tell him at what energy we have to impact the specimen. Okay. So going before, I just want to show you. This is the specimen. What we are going to do, that is the Charpy impact test. Okay. This is of aluminium, 10 by 10 into of 55 mm length, having a notch of 45 degree. And if you will see the below portion here, if you will show this below portion here, this is the specimen holder. Will come here, you will see the specimen holder. Whenever I am opening the this gate, these are the magnetic locks actually. This will be whenever this opens, the machine stops automatically. Okay. Now this is the specimen holder. From this we can adjust the height. So here I am going to put my specimen here. How we will come to know whether it is centered or not? To center it, they have given a mechanism here. We have to just touch it here, press it here, and we can see, okay, it is centered. Okay. Now we are going to close the gate here. As soon as we will close the gate, the machine comes to know it can be operated. Now we are going to test it with a 10 joule of energy to this aluminium Charpy test aluminium sample for the Charpy test, and we have seen that this tub is the trapezoidal tub or the Charpy tub is there. We are now going to the software, that is a seized view. So first we are going in the process, we are going in the parameters. In the parameters, it is asking which ASTM we are going to use. Already here the impact energy 15 joule is there. So I am just going to do it at the 15 joule of energy. Save, okay. The process test acquisition is okay. Very important thing is there. Till now, see, message has came, DAS is switched off, is now switched off. Please switch on the, okay. So I am just going, this is a data acquisition system. So this data acquisition system I forget to switch on. I have to on it before opening the software actually. Or actually it should connect. So I have switched off the software and I am again on it. I am going in the parameters again and I am seeing ASTM, I am going view, I am seeing falling rate height settings, that is a 15 joule. Okay, okay, I am going in the process, I am going in the test acquisition. Test acquisition, I have to put the name of the operator, that is Deepak Maurya. Test name Charpy. Charpy 1. Select the parameter ASTM. Okay. I am going to do the start. When I press the start, it is waiting for the instrument control and it will be show what is the height is, what the started, continue here. So this is very important for us because here we can see the impact energy is 15 joule, impact velocity is 3.10, falling height is 488. I already informed you that we have keep the mass constant and here we are varying the height. Whenever we are varying the height, velocity is itself varying. So there are two parameters which can be variable at a time, either mass and height or either mass and velocity. So here we can see the height is 488. So I am just pressing OK and I am just pressing OK and you can see this machine will start to move from its home position to the position where the gap between the specimen and the tub is 488. So it has gone, this has released, this controller has released the tub, it has gone downward, strike the specimen. Now this controller has took the specimen holder and move it back to its home position. Now we are going to show you what happens to the specimen. As soon as we open it, this machine gets automatically in dormant mode. See, this is the specimen which is impacted, and here the crack has initiated at the center of where the notch crack is there, or the notch point was there. It has started to fracture from that position. So that's why we are not doing the Charpy test for the uh, fiber composites. For that we are using the hemispherical tub with the simple supported or the clamped boundary conditions. Okay, thank you. Okay, today we are going to do the drop tower impact test on this natural composite. You can see this is a cellular structure having the face sheet of the natural material. So this is having the dimensions of 150 mm into of 100 mm according to the ASTM, and we are going to use the which is boundary condition. Actually we are going to use the simple supported boundary condition. Okay, for the similarly we have the another material, but this is the glass fiber reinforced polymer, which we have used the epoxy as a polymer. This is also of 150 mm of length and 10 mm of 100 mm of width. Okay, so these two samples we are going to do. This is the drop tower impact test that already I have explained you. So first of all we have to change the top. Okay, parts I have already explained you, but still I will explain you once more. This is our motorized controller which will slide on these two rods. This is having the load cell which is supported with the tub holder. Here you can put the extra weight, but here presently the weight is the complete weight of the tub is 3.132 kg including the tub. Okay, this is the trapezoidal tub or the Charpy tub which I am going to change you. We have to just rotate it with a slow force so that we can change it. This is the hemispherical tub which I am going to put it here. Just hold it here and put the threads and tighten it. Don't tighten it too much. Already the jack is very less. Just I am tightening it. Okay, this has tightened. I am closing the door. All this I am doing in the switched off condition of the machine. Now I am going to change the specimen holder. This is a specimen holder for the Charpy test. So I am going to change it. We have the spanner Allen key. Okay. We have to remove these bolts. Now we can remove it easily. Yes, we have removed it easily. Now we are going to remove the bottom plate here. We are going to remove this bottom plate with the help of this Allen key. Then we will go and place this specimen holder there by putting this plate. Already it is having the plate, so I am not going to change it. So I am going to directly put it there. Okay, I am going to put this sample in this specimen holder which I have already explained you. This is we are making with the simple supported beam condition. So I am going to put my specimen here. I am going to lock it with this hand locking. This is now I am going to close my specimen. I have kept my specimen. Now I am going to switch on the machine. I'm going to on the machine from here. After that I'm doing the wrong thing. Why? Because I have on the pressure from there, but I am not on the pressure from the back of the machine. So I should on it. Now my pressure is 6.8 bar, approximately it is 7 bar, so that is good. Now I am going to on the machine. I on the machine from there. Now I am power on from here. When it's power on, it's come start. So I put the start button here. Now this is moving first at the top, taking it as the absolute value. Then it will come back to its home position. So we are waiting for it to coming to the home position. And you can see the tub. This is a spherical tub. And this is the chain sprocket system which is moving this motorized controller. Now it comes to the home position. Now we are going to open the data acquisition system. This is the data acquisition system here. Data acquisition system we have on. We will not going to on the system. We are going to on the system. Okay. So already software I have already explained you. So mainly I will focus you on the experiment setup only. And I will at the end I will show you what the data this machine is giving and how we can utilize that data. Okay. So the question arises here. This is the tub. It is its home position. This is the specimen. How we will come to know at what height between here to the top of the specimen? Okay. We exactly don't know because we have changed the specimen holder. And if we will increase the number of plate at the bottom, the height will goes to increase. So for that we are going in the machine here and we are going to modify the parameters. Not modify, we are going in the service. In service we are going to press enter. We are then we are going to move to height. Then enter. Then we are going to type, that is H. Then we are press enter. Then we are going to height. In the height, we have to put at 0 height. 0 height means it will be go up to the bottom, so that we can see whether there is any gap or it is going whether it is going and touches the specimen, the top, or there is some gap, or it is going more than of the specimen. That we will come to know from here. See, it is moving downward. Okay, it has gone, touch it here, and it is showing that still there is a 2 mm gap is there. So I am going 2 mm extra movement is there, is still available. So I am going and change it again. Service. Move to height. H. Height. So I am just saying 2 mm. It should be at the 2 mm of height. This is done. So it has moved little bit upward. So now there is a 0 gap between the specimen and the top holder. Sorry, top holder top. There is a 0 gap between the specimen and the top. Now we are going in the software. That is the cyst. We are going in process, we are going for parameter, we are going for ASTM 5628 composite, we are saying view, we are saying the falling rate. So weight we have generally kept a constant. I am just going to give the energy. I have given the 15 joule of energy, I am going to save it. Okay. Then I am doing in the process test acquisition. Test acquisition, it will ask the operator, that is Deepak Maurya, natural composites. Natural composites. EHPU mu. We can go select the parameter. When we can select the parameter, already impact energy is coming. Okay. Before pressing the start button here, just I want to be confirm all the things whether it is perfect or not. Okay. So my specimen is fixed. The pressure is maintained. Specimen is fixed. Pressure is maintained. Top is okay. Okay. And the flanges in between okay. So everything is okay. Then I am going to press the start button. I press the start. First it will be come to the home position, then it will be come to the distance which is required for maintaining the 15 joule of energy for 3.132 kg of weight. Okay. Now it will be adjust its side a little bit for maintaining that 15 joule of energy. Okay, it has maintained. Now it will be dropped. After dropping, you can see it has absorbed all the energy. That's why this stuff has gone without striking it again and again. For stopping that, we have these two yellow color bounders, rebounders are there which will hold this. Now this motorizer came, took the specimen holder back. So like this we have done the test. Okay, this test is over. The data is saved in the graphs. Okay, that I will show you. I am just going to show you what happens to the material. I am showing you what happens to the material. Okay, so already whenever I will open the door, you have heard the sound which shows that we have to temporarily switch off or stand by the machine. There is no movement of the impact or other things because I am handling it. This has get loosened due to the strike. We will use it more, furthermore. We can see it. It has impacted it here. It has impacted it here. There is no sign of any impact, no damage, nothing, no crack, nothing is visible here. Okay, just only from the front side it is having a impact. So this is a very good energy absorbing material. Okay friends, this is the one test. We will show you the another test on the glass fiber reinforced composite. So this is the glass fiber reinforced polymer which we are doing for the drop tower impact test with the hemispherical duct. I am going to place it here. I am going to fix providing a simple supported with this specimen holder, clutches. Okay, I am going to close the door. Again, we don't know exactly what's the gap now. In this, the thickness of the specimen is 3.12 millimeter. Next, previous to this one, we have the specimen thickness of 22 mm, 20 to 22, 20.22 mm. So we are just going to see how much the gap between this top holder and the specimen. So we are again going to the surface, enter, move to the height, enter, then type is, we have to change the Z, then we are moving to the height, we are putting the height, that is 0, so that we will come what is the gap between the tub and the specimen. Can you zoom in please? There is a complete around, there is a gap of around 20 centimeter. Can you see it? Yes. So, and this is the lowest position up to where this tub holder can come or the tub can come. So what we have to do it? Then we have what we have to do it? We have to put one extra plate at the base of this specimen holder. Okay. So this Instron are providing a different types of plates to increase the height. So that's why I was saying we have to open the plate of this holder, and we have to place this plate below the specimen holder. Okay. So here I especially want to show you this thing. So to avoid this mistake, we are going to do the test, or I will show you in the next video, after changing this plate, and then I will repeat the test for you.